Hi everyone, my name is Ray Bolanos and welcome back to RAMtalks, our weekly after show after RAMtv. Again, I'm Ray, that's Aaron, Ryan is back joining us, and we have a new guest. His name is Matt.
Mike.
Wow.
Oh my
God! This has been
You know, it's funny. Wait. So 2 weeks ago, Matt was Mike.
Yep.
You mess up that name.
Yeah.
Here we are 2 weeks later. You have a mic. I give you a mic for this, and you call him Matt.
I'm so used to Matt.
Everyone other than like you guys should just be Matt and Mike.
Should I just go home?
Well, hello and welcome to tonight's Ram Talk. This is Ray. I'm Aaron. On my left is Mike. On our right is Matt. And tonight we're going to talk about boozing.
No, we're not.
We're not talking about boozing.
I don't
we're
booze.
not.
I know. That's why we can't talk about it with you here.
Okay.
Later, after.
With spoilers, we don't want to ruin it for you.
Okay.
The best subject was about to come first.
Yeah.
All right. Let's try this again. We have Ray, Aaron, Ryan,
And Mike.
Mike.
Okay, now we have it down.
Now that we're good to
There
Now
go.
we're good
Now
to
that
go.
we know everybody, let's get on with
Exactly.
the festivity season.
Okay.
Sorry, Aaron.
It's okay. I expect our viewers are going to be hearing an awful lot of voices tonight. No!
No,
No!
let's not do that.
We didn't pay for rights!
Sorry. Just come out. I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay, so let's talk about the Incursion.
You want to start video games?
Well,
Already?
it's like
We're going to be here a
well,
while.
off camera, you said it was important, so I'm like, okay.
Well, yeah, I think it's important. This isn't a news show. Your show was earlier.
So
All right, well, fine. Let's start video games. Let's start Division Incursion. So the Incursion is going to be the Division's new raid. Drops down Tuesday. And with it, there's a whole slew of new gear sets, plus a bunch of updates are happening with this. So the real interesting thing that I found so far is definitely these gear sets. We're talking 4 different gear sets, which of course you're probably going to have to grind through a million times to even get one full set.
Right.
3 of the sets come from the raid. 1 of them comes from the Dark Zone, where supposedly up to this point the best gear was. I never found it.
Who did?
I don't know. I don't know if anyone did. But we're talking that we're talking massive amounts of grinding for a raid. Now that being said, if this is what they said supposedly it would be, which is the 12-man raids, then I think we've got a good thing going here. I think huge raids definitely would give this game, for me at least, the boost of fun it needs, just because you've got that immense party. One of the most fun I actually had with the game was when we were farming Phoenix credits and we found a glitch and we were actually running what was a 4-man fight as a 12-man run.
Oh,
So
nice.
Yeah.
we found a glitch, and that was some
I
of the
don't know
most
what
fun I
that
had.
means, but
Other
okay.
than the Bullet King. The Bullet King was a lot of fun.
So, and those were both early on. But
Oh,
then,
yeah.
but the real grind of it just kind of got, you know, a little tiresome when it came down to it. So hopefully this new raid like kind of gives it some juice, you know.
Well, and I don't know if you saw this or not. Today they had, I believe it was today, maybe it was yesterday, they announced they've actually stopped the daily challenges for Phoenix credits recently because people have been basically exploiting these things in different ways. So now it's like the best way to get gear is to get Phoenix credits, but we've taken away your way of getting Phoenix credits. Ha ha ha! Good luck, players. So, yeah, I found that really interesting when I read that, and of course that could just be them trying to gear up for the raid, and maybe they're redoing the whole Phoenix credit system, which I really hope so. But yeah, I mean, let's talk a little bit about this gear. Have you read anything on this, or?
I haven't really seen much on it. I know a little bit about what you've told me, but I also know that from what people have said, the raid is, yeah, you said 12-person is what it's supposed to be.
Rumored, I believe, yeah.
This is all looking a little bit Destiny-ish to me here.
Well, we'll get to that.
All right,
we'll
all
get
right.
to Destiny. That we'll talk about that too, because it's also getting a huge update.
All right.
But so yeah, some of the gear we're looking at is something like it's called like the Striker set's one of these gear sets. This is just a full-out DPS set. We're increasing your critical hits. We're increasing. It's got a talent so that every time you get a consecutive round hits the enemy, you stack up bonus damage by 1%, and you can increase that up to doing 100% damage bonus. So I mean, that's huge numbers that you can actually push out for DPS.
And you said there's a big boost with teammates too when it comes to it, right?
That is the Tactician set.
I see.
Yeah, the Tactician set is the only one that's really based around your actual teammates. for every 60k damage they do, you get 1% into your skills.
Well, that could be a huge boost. That's actually really exciting.
Yeah, that really is. I mean, especially for people who are throwing out like your grenades and stuff to do massive damage as it is. I have one guy on my friends list. His damage was so high that he was basically one-shotting elites with a grenade. I don't know what he was running for total DPS or health, but yeah, I mean, he was laying out like the hardest guys in the game with one shot because he had his skill set so high.
Wow.
So someone like
I
that,
don't know what all
increasing
this
that by
means.
100%.
Yeah.
Don't worry, neither do I.
I
Let's
don't know.
say let's say all of your teams
I
running
know.
a skill set like that. I mean, you're going to be pushing out massive damage.
Massive. And especially like if you have that skill set plus you have the striker gear on, so you're increasing by 100%, one person. Now, 60k doesn't seem that hard to pull from one person. We're generally pulling closer to 100
Yeah.
For headshots. So if we increase that incrementally, that means we're doing 200k per headshot. And Ray's playing, and he's got the tactician set. I've now boosted his skill set.
Yeah.
You know,
Thank you.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
I don't know
I'm glad
this.
we could really get the teamwork going here, Ray.
I'm
Okay.
excited to see a full team running around all equipped with sticky bombs.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking we're gonna see.
Yeah.
And then you have the striker set, which increases. That increase to me seems to be outweighed by the did I say striker?
Yes.
I meant sentry.
Sentry.
Sentry set, which to me seems to be outweighed by the striker set.
We confused all of them.
That's fine. We have already at least once every week screwed something up horribly because we don't have teleprompters.
I know,
for
I've
this.
watched all of them.
Oh.
By the way, I'm Matt. So just
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Matt.
Okay.
So it's to me, yeah, the sentry set seems to be outweighed because you're only getting a 20% boost to elites and something else, but it seems to be outweighed because of the talent of the striker set. The sentry set seems to be a little outweighed to me as far as like DPS. And then you have the nomad set, which is like every 10 minutes, if you get a fatal shot, it fully heals you. So talk about great PvP gear,
yeah.
right?
No kidding.
Sounds broken, actually.
Well, you'd say that, but until you're the person wearing the gear running around, right? So it
I
shoots
guess
you.
I guess you got a point.
Yeah. So from there, let's move right into. We just talked about the division. What's the other one? Destiny.
Oh, here we go.
Destiny's getting their big update as well. I've talked to a couple players. You know what Destiny is. You got to level 5.
Yes, that's it.
I'm
That's it.
still on my Nintendo playing Mario.
Oh, that's okay. Don't worry. one day you'll understand the importance of the next gen.
Oh my god.
I have to admit, though, games back then are, to me personally, I think they're a lot better back then than they are now. That's just me,
No.
though. So.
Okay. All right. Hang on.
Okay.
We're gonna sidestep. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes,
No, that's all I
okay.
wanted to say. So you do your Destiny.
No,
thing.
hang on. Go ahead, Ray.
Me?
Yeah, you had feelings on that. I would like to hear those.
What, about what?
That he said games back then are far
Well,
better than games
no,
today.
no, I don't agree with him.
You don't?
No.
Why not?
Well, for me, like, I wanted to look at something pretty, and back then, those games aren't that pretty. For the time, they were great.
Okay,
But now,
let's go back here a little bit.
Yes.
Let's name games that were from this recent, past decade or two
Uh-huh.
that you remember as vividly as you remember games like from 30 years ago, like Mario or
I don't
Legend of
remember
Zelda.
Mario.
You don't remember Mario?
Like, I know what it
And you
is.
call
I
yourself
played
a
the game.
gamer.
Skyrim.
I
You
mean,
call yourself okay.
no,
Skyrim is
I
one.
mean that it's not.
Destiny's gorgeous to look at.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom,
Oh,
okay,
Final
that is-
Fantasy.
that
Oh,
is
I
a
love
great
Kingdom
game.
Hearts.
Okay.
But Kingdom
The
Hearts,
thing is-
Final Fantasy
Later
came
Final
out in the
Fantasies.
80s.
Yeah, you're
In
right.
the
True.
80s, that
You're
was
right.
a
True.
original
Well,
NES.
it is.
Well, right, but are you making the argument
Yeah.
that games back then created the games we have today?
I kind of.
Or are you making the argument that games back then are better than games today?
Today.
I
That's
think
where
that
I'm
games
confused.
back then started, they started the trend of what video games have led to today.
Well,
And-
yeah.
Yes.
But I mean,
But you said that they're better.
I think
Wait, you
personally-
mean someone didn't just come out with the PS4?
No,
Honestly.
What I'm saying is, I think that the games back then, like the Super Mario Brothers or the Sonic the Hedgehogs or
Yeah.
the Legend of Zeldas, they hold more clout because they're easily accessible to players everywhere. Okay, today you can't really have unless you're really into the games, like on the Xbox or the PlayStation, it's harder for people today to get into those games. Whereas back then, you picked up the controller, you knew how to play right away. If you didn't, it was a simple couple of button presses, but you still had the great game. You still had your goal, which was to either A, save the princess, stop Robotnik. I'm calling him Robotnik. I don't care if they call him Eggman. He's freaking Robotnik. I don't care. All right? But still, back then, they were easier for everybody to get involved with. And today, it's not. It's kind of a niche market. That's just me personally.
Yeah, I want to piggyback off that too. And whoever, my dad could pick up Mario and play, you know what I mean? But look at anything on any console past the N64 and have no idea what's going on.
Well, I don't agree with this, because then you're discounting things like Little Big Planet. Little Big Planet's a platform. That's all it is. It's a platform.
But it's
a way more interactive platform.
Oh, it's super interactive.
With 3 different sides to it. I mean, people even today get really stuck up on the fact that it's in and out.
It's difficult.
Right. See,
but that's the point, though.
Okay, but here's the thing I would say, the clout that I'll give games back then, you didn't have checkpoints, you didn't have save points. If you were going to beat the game, you had to sit down, you had to play through the game.
That's the cool part.
Okay,
here's the point, though.
We have way too many checkpoints and save points. So the fact that they come out with a game like Little Big Planet that is as tough as it is, I'm totally on board with.
It's only like Super Mario Maker. It's only as tough as the person creating the levels makes it tough. Okay, for example, like the Super Mario Maker, Ross creates these impossible levels, and we watch it all the time. We see these great players playing these levels, but they have to look for secrets because Ross is a dick and he hides stuff. Like I love watching them. I love the Game Grumps. I love the stuff. I watch their videos all the time, but they're not terrible levels. They're just hard. But back then, I mean, that was how they sold the games. You know, the first level was always the easiest level, you know? Because that taught you how to play the game. Then it got progressively harder as you went on because there were no save points, there were no check marks.
No, the Lion King game on Sega Genesis first level was pretty friggin' difficult. I'm just putting that out there.
Which one?
The Lion King game on Sega Genesis.
I don't know any about that.
Echo the Dolphin.
Oh, God, that would have been pretty tough, too.
Echo, oh my Lord. I didn't even play these games, but I mean, Echo was...
Well, that's because you have your Nintendo.
I got my Genesis. I got my Sega Genesis. So, but I mean, it was just a different time back then, and I think today, and we were talking about this earlier, how it's more of a niche market. It's towards, you know, ramping your character up with weaponry and guns and going and killing people. Where back then, it was about the adventure. It was about becoming this character. You had a goal. You loved these
everything.
Not even RPGs. I'm talking the Mario and the Sonics.
Okay, but here's the thing. So let's look at like a Sonic game on the Genesis back then, okay? The thing is, that's a level after level after level after level of platformer. You're saying story. The story is what you get by reading the manual.
Right.
There's not an actual...
Because
they don't have the
like
technology.
generations, they create sort of a story.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know. I personally love Generations.
I did too.
I thought it was a really good storyline, but they also kept like the original formula in the same aspect.
Generations was, I think, by far one of the best Sonic games to come out this past decade.
But what I'm getting at is you get into games today, like the Elder Scrolls or the Mass Effects. Yeah, maybe it is about upping your arsenal, but
the story's a lot better.
The stories are far. You don't need a manual to tell you the story. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You don't have to make up the story in your mind, which, by all means, has its own rights as fun, making up the story in your own mind. But we have a better looking game. It runs at a higher FPS.
Sure.
You can play online with your friends.
Will it stand the test of time?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, it has.
The Mario.
It already has.
The Zeldas, the
Kirby. It already has.
Morrowind's one of my favorite games. I think it will always stand.
Yeah, absolutely. The Elder Scrolls are going to stand the test of time.
Yeah.
They are in essence a souped up version of Legend of Zelda. That's what they are. They're an RPG game.
I agree.
You create a higher level of equipment, and you utilize that, you know, and you go and you save the world. Mass Effects are actually
all the
kind of
while
similar
in
to
a
that.
first person. And what can get better
Yeah,
than that, right?
that one is first person. You get your third person. You have Gears of War. You have your Mass Effect games. And your Mass Effect game is less about upgrade. Well, you do upgrade your weapons a little bit.
A little bit.
But that one's really more about upgrading your skills and your talents and how do you tactically play with your team, because you could control what your teammates do. So what I'm going to say is the games today, certain games require you to be a tactical thinker. And those are the games that I love, and I think to me, yeah, I have nostalgia for these older games.
Yeah.
But those games, the ones that require me to think, to really consider my next move, like Rainbow Six Siege.
Yep.
Those games to me I love them far more because it's not just a run and platformer. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm not even talking about that. I'm saying like the aesthetic and the way that they are presented today and the way that they're created, they all look the same to me. I mean, they're all very dark. They're all very gritty. They're all very, it's. That's just me. I mean, again, this is a discussion, right?
I know,
Yeah.
but I feel like you're getting a very tunneled look. I'm gonna have to show you a different.
Yeah,
different
well,
look.
if anything,
I kind of pick up on that too.
Yeah,
like
you-
Thank you.
that sort of. I mean, he's kind of right when it comes to when you say dark. That describes tons.
Every
of the
single
games.
game on the market
That's
today,
just-
they're all dark.
Kind of came
All
how
dark.
it is. I think.
but I like dark. I don't like anything happy.
I think that just
No.
that
Other than
is
Little Big
basically what the world today wants.
very
They want
bright.
these dark games, and I'm like, what the heck happened to like? I mean, that just may be the the animated person in me, but what happened to the happy games?
I don't
and
want
why are the
happy
happy
games.
games all catered to kids?
You got to get a
Well,
Wii
I
for
don't-
that. Remember?
I
Yeah.
want
like
that.
I said, kids. No, I think here's the thing you have to think about with the next gen systems. They exist, but they're independent games. They're not AAA titles.
Right,
Because you're right. When you get into a AAA title, you have someone financing you,
right. But I
which
just
means you create what they tell you to create, how they tell you to create it.
sure. But I'm just saying
The
that
independents don't have that, and that's where you see a lot of your happier, bright-colored games. But I wouldn't say they're all like the Gearbox. Gearbox puts out very bright-colored games, and yeah, they're sassy and they have attitude, but they're bright, they're imaginative, and really funny.
They are funny.
Oh my goodness! I was playing the Battleborn beta, and it's so funny. Like
Right.
it's just funny, and it's like I said, it's very vibrant in color. So I mean,
Right.
like they're out there. You just have to know where to look. And Battleborn is not geared towards children. I promise you.
I think I've seen that before, but then again, I am still on my Genesis. So
Right? No, I get it. No, I understand. What was last week? You moved from the Atari?
no, the Nintendo, the
Oh,
original Nintendo.
the original. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So
Okay.
you got rid of the Atari about a month ago, then.
No, my grandma has that now. She still really liked it.
Oh
so,
no, I understand. I mean, who does-
Frogger, Pong, Pac-Man, She did
really,
those
really
games.
things up her alley.
Don't be mocking my grandma now.
I'm not mocking
She's
your
gonna
grandmother.
watch
I'm
this
asking you a
later.
question.
So, do you guys still want to do Destiny?
Okay, so Destiny, and then I have something I forgot to tell you.
Okay.
But-
So let's
wait,
jump into
Destiny.
Destiny real quick.
Yeah.
So what we have with Destiny with their big update, really, it's kind of, I guess now I'm thinking about it, it's kind of similar. We're looking at gear drops here.
Yep.
We're looking at exclusive weapons for PlayStation. We're looking at year 1s becoming year 2s, which make them a viable choice. This means things like the Thorn, which did like the poison damage, if you will. So not only did it give you the bullet
Yep.
damage, but the damage over time. That's now a viable weapon choice again. Some of the sniper rifles. The universal remote, which was the shotgun you could use as a primary, is in there. So I'm really excited about that, and of course I believe the gear, year 1 gear is also going to boost up. I know with the gear they got rid of some of the PvP gear where you could like run and revive someone. They're getting rid of that because it became too OP. Because what would happen in like Trials of Osiris is you'd go down, and Ray would come running up. And he'd get next to you, and he'd press square to start reviving, or whatever you press to start reviving. Squares, Siege.
And
But,
take off.
but you'd press whatever you press to revive him, and
Take
he'd
off.
run off,
Yep.
and you'd still revive even though he's
Yeah.
not there.
That's
So
a bad
it-
thing?
Thank you, Ray.
Is that a
He
bad
would-
thing?
he wouldn't.
I don't know.
Well, it
It's-
is,
It
yeah.
lessens the, I think, hardness of a game, which you kind of, for players that are already like super stacked in their skills and stuff. I mean, that's what they're looking for now.
Okay.
Some challenging stuff.
Okay.
So, I mean, you have that. They are also adding, and I really don't like this, as one of my friends I talked to earlier called it, pay to win drops.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're adding these loot cases that basically you
Pay
pay for
to
that
win.
give you, that basically boosts you up to 335 light instead of having to grind it out like everyone else.
That's really.
Thank you for catching that. I really don't like it. I really dislike pay to wins.
It's like the point of a whole game is like to build yourself up,
Yeah.
instead of like paying. Like,
And I've never had a problem with paying for things that are glamored, just so it's
Right.
something
Yeah.
prettier to look at. I don't
Skins, anything
care,
like that,
whatever.
Right.
But this crap with like,
That's like
oh
pay to
hey,
win.
give us $30 and oh here you go, here's
No.
That's
all
like
this
the white
gear that's gonna
Tanuki
boost you.
from Mario 3D World. It's like basically putting this on, and it's like an invincibility, like all God mode thing. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
In essence,
It plays the game for you, essentially.
Yeah, and it's not that it plays the game for you. It just gets rid of the grinding.
That's what I'm saying.
So the point is if Ray pays it, God, I don't know why you do all these things, Ray. You're level 5. No wonder you're paying to win.
Right. I need to pay to be low 50.
But if Ray pays that money or whatever and gets that gear, the 3 of us still have to run together to grind to try and get gear to boost our light level up. Right. Which I never even maxed out my light last time because RN Jesus hated me.
But you all can pay like I did as well. You know, go from level 5 to level 35.
Yeah, there you go.
Like honestly.
No, I think
that easy.
I don't think there's a level boost with it, as far as I know.
Oh, see then.
I think it's the amount of time should be. Everybody's grinding is how it should always be. You know what I mean? Like the amount of time you put in is what you get out. And anything pay to win,
yeah,
it just makes my heart beat way too
I agree.
fast.
But Destiny still gives to its PlayStation fans. We get the exclusive weapon, we get the exclusive gear, and we get the exclusive Sparrow. So I'm a happy Destiny player with that. That means by Destiny player, yes, I did re-download it today, and it means I'll play for probably about 2 days. But
More or less.
the Division's not going to get much more time out of me either. So.
I don't know.
But what did you want to say?
Oh, okay. So I completely forgot to tell you that we need to include this on the main show, but a very important part of the Kingdom Hearts series was released last week. It's called Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key.
Oh yes.
It is for the Google Play Store and for the iOS Store. Oh my gosh, I have it. You need to play this game. Tetsuya Nomura has already confirmed that aspects and the story of Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key does connect to Kingdom Hearts 3 when it is released. You know, because now we are introduced to the foretellers here, and I think people need. If you are a true Kingdom Hearts fan, you have to pretty much play this game. This is, and it's actually funny that you all say about pay to win, because actually this is a free-to-play game with in-app purchases that are not mandatory, but what you do pay is actually very beneficial for overall. Because for the story, because I'm actually trying to grind and get my medals up, which is very expensive. But I do not want to pay $15 to get access to all the events.
I have to admit, it is very cool that there's now a Kingdom Hearts game where you can put yourself into the stories. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Sora, you know, but I've always wanted to rock out with Donald and Goofy and like go on these different worlds and stuff like that and rock out. So just to be able to do that is really unique. So I've tried to download it. Has not worked yet, but
really?
Not yet. It's the Samsung. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, I of course downloaded it.
I don't know.
It's because you have a 5. You
shut up already. Jeez.
No, but like I downloaded it and it is amazing. My character's level 30 something. But
I know I see you're playing it right now. If you
see, no, like
pay attention to what we're doing.
Like I love it. It looks like this. Hold up, I don't even know. Let me try to show them.
Exclusive footage, folks.
Yeah, it looks like that. I don't know if y'all can see that.
oh, there it is.
Right, it looks like that or something.
It's a little Mickey Mouse
but,
in a square.
Yeah, it's a little Mickey Mouse with in a square, but it is so good. I think you all have to play it, download it. Again, free to play. You can buy stuff if you want to. I am a fan of Kingdom Hearts. I will buy some things because I want the series to continue. I don't mind paying $10
That's different,
in an app.
though. You know, because if Nomura is saying that if whatever you buy is going to help you on the story later on, that's smart. Yeah. You know, because I played Kingdom Hearts since it came out in 98, 99, whenever it came out for the PlayStation 2.
What?
No, 2005.
It can,
no.
2006. No. Yeah.
No, it was.
I'm a PlayStation fanboy. I'm a Kingdom Hearts fanboy.
Late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay, hang on.
2002 at least.
No, gentlemen, let's take your bets. What year was it?
2005, 2006.
I'm going 2002.
2005, 2006.
2002.
I know what I'm talking about.
2001, 2002.
I know what I'm talking about. Shut up, moron.
Okay.
I'm on this. All right. So what are they again?
I'm going
2005,
2001, 2002.
You're 2005, 2006, and what are you?
2001, 2002.
The first release of Kingdom Hearts was March 28th, 2002.
Thank you.
Wait, then Kingdom Hearts 2 was. That's what I was thinking about. Kingdom Hearts 2. Yes. Kingdom Hearts 2.
That makes
That's true.
Wait a minute, I'm at 4.
That's true. Because at the 10th anniversary was when Kingdom Hearts 3D was
when
was
that
released.
came out.
Okay,
Now, I have to
that's
admit,
where I'm getting confused. Okay.
When I played Kingdom Hearts 1,
Yes.
I didn't do Chain of Memories on the Game Boy.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I played all the games.
But scoot over a little bit, will you?
Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
Okay.
But I didn't think
Don't
that.
catch it.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm new to these kind of shows, but I didn't play the Game Boy because I didn't think it was important. But then later on, when I went back and I watched the actual gameplay and how it kind of aligned with the story, that was smart. It wasn't just a cash cow tie-in. Or something.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that the spin-offs were just to make money.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
not.
Exactly.
It is essential to the story, and like yes, it's a mobile game. I know like mobile games aren't real games, but that's a whole different discussion.
Mobile game.
But the thing is, but I think so too.
agree.
But you need to play Unchained to understand parts of the stories in Kingdom Hearts 3, which is supposedly going to come out. We're thinking to 2017, maybe 2018.
We have to wait longer.
Maybe. Well, the thing is, they're releasing Final Fantasy 15 this year. The
Oh,
marketing
yeah,
budget
they're not gonna compete on
is
themselves.
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
You know, so
Especially
one more
something
year,
that big.
I'm fine as long as I get
Still
it.
their money though, if you think about it though. I mean,
As long as I get Kingdom
Well, yeah,
Hearts
but
3,
it
I'm
takes
good.
it takes away from their sales.
Yes.
Because here's the thing: it's been a while since we've had like a good Final Fantasy game and a good
The Kingdom
Hearts.
Hearts,
A
main
real long
title,
time for a good
main
Kingdom Hearts
titles,
game. Right,
main
main
title,
title.
Kingdom Hearts game.
So if we put them out in the same year,
I will
the
it'll be a
sales are
battle.
split.
Yes.
That's good.
Or me, where I buy both. Which.
oh
But,
no,
you're a
I'm
whore for
totally
Final
buying
Fantasy anyway,
both.
so.
Yeah.
Well, we know you're rich because you're the one buying pay to wins and stuff. In
no.
a completely hypothetical
$5
conversation, we
isn't
have
that
defined
bad.
that you are rich.
$5 isn't that bad for an in-app purchase.
Well, in Destiny,
It's his
not
gaming
going to be
experience.
$5. If it's $5, I'm paying to win too.
Too.
It's your experience, it's not mine, you know.
Exactly.
So, but
But yeah.
So, speaking of Kingdom Hearts, we were talking about like what year it came out and the fact that it recently has 10-year anniversary. This year, we've moved into a lot of anniversaries.
We have.
We've had
We
a
have.
ton of anniversaries. We've had 30-year for Legend of Zelda.
right.
Yeah.
We've had 30-year
For
for
Metroid,
Metroid.
Still can't believe that.
25 for Sonic.
Sonic the Hedgehog is 25
20
years
for
old.
Pokemon.
Yeah,
20
20
for
for
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So I
They
actually
had some really great 20-year anniversary commercials that tied right into their Pokken tournament game.
and
Yeah.
the Pokemon Go game looks very
Oh my
interesting.
gosh, I can't wait.
I
Very
can't wait too.
interesting.
I can't wait.
Because that's like the game that we've all wanted, which is basically being able to catch Pokemon in real
In
life.
real
I'm gonna be
life.
storming into people's houses, guys. Like,
Right?
Let's not do that.
You got a Zapdos! Excuse me.
open your door.
Is that a Squirtle I see, man?
I cannot.
Give me
Here we go.
Mewtwo now. Sorry, don't mean to ruin your dinner, but he's on your table. So
That's true.
Literally.
he's right there.
This is awkward for you guys, but there's definitely a jinx behind you. Do not turn around.
Scared away.
I am a trained Pokemon
But
trainer.
actually, with Pokemon Go, we're only gonna have access to the first 151 Pokemon.
I'm fine with that.
That's okay.
You know,
fine.
but it's great
I
for
got
us.
so
Exactly.
tired
Yeah,
of
great.
all
Oh,
the other
cool.
Pokemon. They have a chandelier Pokemon called
Yes.
Chandelier, dude.
Chandelier.
Like, that is so unoriginal. Like,
No, don't say
oh,
that
you
about
guys,
Pokemon.
What's its suit? What's its power? Well, it could fall and crash on your head.
What's
got
a
pretty
ghost
purple
fire
flames,
type
but-
Pokemon?
What?
See, I'm too much into this.
A ghost fire type Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh, a dead Charizard.
You say chandelier, but that's amazing.
We just lost
Alright.
half of our Pokemon.
Yeah.
Come back. He's kidding. He's kidding.
Come on, Charizard's not
But
No,
as
dead.
you, but
We
as
were all
you're
mad
talking
when
about the
Charizard wouldn't
anniversaries,
follow
Yeah.
Ash anyway.
I have to admit, the one thing that I'm looking forward to, because as pointed out before, I'm a big Sonic fan. It's the 25th anniversary. They have not announced any new Sonic game yet. You know, I'm really excited, but I'm really scared at the same time. Because 10 years ago, let's put it this way, Sonic 06 came out 10 years ago. And we all know what happened.
I don't know.
I don't know either. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Okay. Am I not like in the frame?
Oh,
you're
no,
fine.
no, okay.
Oh,
But
okay. I don't know. What
I don't know
are
what's
you
going on.
laughing at?
Just keep going.
Just keep
I
going.
can't when you're laughing like that.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
I'm just so excited for Sonic that I can't stop laughing.
Shut up.
I have to ask though. Okay, so
Okay.
this is something that's always kind of bothered me because I was a huge Sonic fan too.
Okay.
Why is it Sonic has the weird fans?
I don't know.
You ever notice like the weird fan art comes from Sonic fans?
Yeah.
You know,
like,
that
the
is
really,
I only like Sonic
the really,
anyway.
like, dirty
really
stuff comes from
messed
Sonic.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
what?
think what it is, honestly, is there's so many universes that come with the Sonic franchise. You got the comic books, you got the 5 TV shows, you got the games. You have people, I kid you not, I met a kid who thought that the Sonic franchise was based off of the Saturday morning cartoon, which is like, no.
It's not?
No, it's not. I mean, there's so
great
many
cartoon.
different aspects
What?
of it
I always
nowadays.
wanted to make a real life movie of it.
Yeah.
I figured I'd play Sonic.
They're making a movie of Sonic.
Are you
dear
serious?
God.
Sony Animation is making a live action animated
Live action.
Live
action
action.
animated Sonic movie. I'm not looking forward to it, but
No.
I mean, did you see the short that they did, the Sonic fan short, like 3-4 years ago?
No.
Mm-mm.
I
It was
don't really
basically
care
all
about-
the YouTuber. It was Eric LeBron or someone that animated it, actually directed it. But it was cool because they got Jaleel White, who played Sonic in the old cartoons, to play Sonic in this game. But he looked horrifying, absolutely horrifying. They had Doug Walker, the nostalgia critic, in it. They had Aaron Hansen, who was Egoraptor, as one of the robots. It was, for the time, it was an interesting film. It just wasn't executed well. It looked like a
Right.
legit. The animation, you know, was hit or miss. But I mean, for what they were trying to do, I think they nailed it, but then they didn't nail it. They gave Knuckles fingers at the end of the short,
Well, that's odd.
which is terrible.
I mean, everyone knows Knuckles doesn't have fingers. He just has knuckles.
I actually did not notice that until just now.
He's got like 2 little pointy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
knuckles.
it's a
that's
little
all
funny
he's got
thing.
the oven mitts. But yes, Sony is doing this. They have not announced a date, a release, or anything like that.
Probably
but
never, but
Probably. Well, look what they did with Popeye. But I mean,
what did you do? I don't know.
that's a whole nother thing. But I mean, Sonic's 25th anniversary. It's a big year. You know, it's a huge year.
It is a
So-
big year for video games. And on top of it, we see like
Zelda.
well, not just the anniversaries. We see a lot of like kind of new forms of gaming rolling out. You know,
It's a new,
But-
new era.
it definitely
It
is.
really is.
Make sure you leave comments below.
No.
Let us. Okay,
No,
sorry,
we're
sorry.
not- You
we're gonna
forgot
sidetrack.
about my stuff.
What? Oh, I'm sorry, right?
Okay.
We'll fix it in the editing.
No.
There's no editing.
There's no editing at all. This is all one
great.
thing.
Oh yeah.
Everything that's
One
been said
thing.
has been
It's
said.
Yeah.
all there.
That's why I'm like,
Oh,
okay.
joy.
Okay.
I'm never coming back.
But the thing is, okay.
That's why I make it my entire goal to make Ray break while we're on camera because
Yeah.
it's not fixed.
I
Oh.
try not to break.
That, by the way, is why we were laughing.
Yeah. It was amazing.
Is that why?
Yeah.
You broke me trying to break him.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
even better.
yeah. They tried to break me.
Anyway,
apart.
let's
shut
talk real
down.
quick.
Okay.
Let's talk real quick. Google Fiber.
No, not
No,
Google
not
Fiber.
you, screw it.
We
screw
said
it.
we
No.
weren't talking about that.
No, we're not talking. So, BlackBerry. Okay.
Okay.
Did we all have a BlackBerry?
I did not.
I haven't had a BlackBerry since yesterday when I ate one for a snack.
Okay, the phone.
Wow.
Or
Up there.
like no.
They liked it up there. I don't know if they'll like it here.
But for me, it's really interesting. Whenever BlackBerry comes back into the news, I just get so nostalgic. Like how you get nostalgic over Sonic, I get nostalgic over BlackBerry because BlackBerry was my first smartphone, and the BlackBerry Curve 8310 on AT&T, gray with the pearl in the middle. If I could get that phone again, I'll get that phone again. I love that thing so much.
go to
But the
Radio Shack.
thing is, how many of us had a BlackBerry, and would you buy an Android BlackBerry phone? There's already one out, but it's $699, $700. Apparently, tech reviewers love it, but again, it's super expensive, especially for a BlackBerry.
Weren't the iPhones super expensive like that?
But the thing is, the
Every
iPhone,
phone is super
but the
expensive when it
iPhone though
comes out.
has that title that you're paying for an iPhone. For a BlackBerry, the reputation is so tarnished
It's terrible.
Very
that
bad.
call
you
them
that
Crackberries
you
back
don't
in the
pay $700 anymore for a BlackBerry.
Right.
You
Yeah,
pay
You
$250.
pay like $5.
You know.
Radio
But
Shack.
BlackBerry was also on like the cutting edge.
Radio
They were,
Yeah, it was
they were
on
the
the cutting
first.
edge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
BlackBerry definitely was the first of many. You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean? So
I think they definitely led us in a certain transition. My dad actually had one that was his first smartphone, even though he doesn't use any of the data ever on smartphones.
Okay.
That was back when I had like a Motorola Flip. So
I had
it was well before.
Virgin
Well, okay.
Mobile.
First of all, I'm from the era where parents didn't believe you needed a cell phone until after you had a car.
That's yes.
Yeah,
that was
I was
very
18
true.
when I got my first cell phone.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you
was
were
I
lucky.
was 16,
Oh,
15,
no,
15,
you were
16.
lucky. I was 14, I think, when I got my first one.
14.
Okay.
But no, it wasn't. It wasn't a
Richie Rich area.
No, that's not fair. It wasn't even a cell phone. It was the Nextel block phones. I kid you not. That was my first cell
were like
phone.
hanging out their
And
attic,
it
and they're like,
was
"Hey,
the-
look at this!
Yeah.
Look at this thing from the 1980s. Here you go, Mike."
It was a great. It had the two-way, and I kid you
A
not.
two-way.
No, it did. It was like a half walkie-talkie, half phone.
Yeah, you guys
There's
remember
an
the
app for
commercials
that
from that
now.
80s show when they say, "Dude, it's a cellular phone." That big phone.
I kid, but
picture
that was our cell phones back
Yeah,
in the day.
yeah,
that
okay,
was
yeah.
our phones.
Yeah, that's true.
Kids today, they will never experience what it was like to have the Nextel block.
I don't know. Phones are getting bigger again,
Are they,
I love my 6 Plus. Thank you, Mom.
That's true.
but phones are getting bigger because of the way we use them for media. It has nothing to do
That,
with.
that's true. The screen is bigger, but
Yeah.
not
You guys
the
remember
actual-
car phones?
Yes.
Like
remember
you had to
car
like plug it into your outlet, and then you had to like put up the antenna.
Oh yeah.
But I want to know, would you all get a BlackBerry?
Okay, so
I would
not.
I would not.
I would not.
And this time, I think I would.
Well, you're just
I think
like
I
you
would.
said, you're nostalgic.
I
but, like,
actually
you
kind
know-
of want that $699 Priv because the Priv it's a touchscreen phone, but you slide up for a keyboard, an actual keyboard, and you get to type.
But Ray, like
Wasn't there
looking at the track record and the functionality of like iPhones and Androids now, don't you think that that's
will-
just going to
Oh,
be
no.
obsolete
Oh,
very soon?
I
The
will
BlackBerry Priv has Android installed in
Oh,
it.
I see,
It's not BlackBerry OS.
I will have to admit, I do prefer actual buttons to the touch screen.
Touch screen,
That's
okay.
just me.
Mhm.
I mean, because I got big fingers. Okay.
Well, no, we get you, Grandpa. It's all right.
Says the
True.
man who's older than me.
Really?
That's true. Yeah.
I
Cut
did
that
not
part
know
out.
that.
Remember how there wasn't
Alright.
suddenly something randomly got cut out? There was this
Yeah.
weird jump cut.
And we're back.
Okay, but so you all won't get a BlackBerry?
I
would
will not get a
not.
I would not
BlackBerry.
get
I
one.
probably would
Aw.
not.
I have this friend
I'm
though who does
sorry.
tech stuff, and he recommended I get the S7. So
Wait, that was me.
that was you.
I was like, wait, who
What
was
about
that?
the Edge? What do you guys think of the Edge?
The Edge. Okay, so here's the thing with the Edge. The Edge is really, really pretty to look at, which is probably why Ray likes it.
Yeah,
But
that is why.
it's super fragile,
Yes.
like
I can-
stupidly fragile.
Well, yeah,
and
'cause,
there's
like,
not
half
like
the
any
s-
good.
Well, you
cases that
have a
cover it.
case like that, so like you should be fine.
The Edges don't have cases like this right
That's
now.
true.
'Cause you
Right
have
now.
And because
Yeah.
the way that screen curves
Yeah.
out, they can't.
I have a
so
question for you
everything
guys.
I've heard
Yes.
is they
What
probably
about
don't.
that LG that has the battery that pops
The
right
G5?
out? Yes.
The G5.
Would you ever go with something like that?
Only
Okay.
because I want the robot.
Well, the thing
There's
with
a robot?
Yeah.
the thing with modular phones is that it's been it was really big maybe 2-3 years ago, the idea, but now it's kind of simmered a little bit. Like with LG's implementation of it, the reviews for G5 are already out. The phone itself is fine, but the extras are not that compelling to get the G5. You know, will I want a modular phone? No. I don't think phones should be modular at all, really. I think the excitement of getting a new phone out of a package, getting the free earbuds, getting the free micro USB charger, you know, that's included. I think that's an experience and a ritual that we will have for a long time until they make magnets that are strong enough to have the parts not move anywhere, because Google is actually making a modular phone as we speak right now. But the magnets aren't as strong as they would like to be. Once those magnets are strong, where I could put it in my bag, put it in my pocket, and not worry about the pieces falling out, and now my phone's like ruined, then we'll be into it. But right now,
It's at such an
we
early
need,
stage.
with such an early stage, I think we have to just go with brand new phone every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, it is not 900 years, Katie. I wanted a real time.
Okay.
I like her.
And this is how we yell at our directors.
We love our people who work for us.
Yes.
We have one person up there doing like 3 jobs now.
I know. I do
We
have-
appreciate you and love you, Katie.
Yes, we do.
So,
Okay.
I do have to admit one thing, though, and this is probably just a personal thing, something totally off topic, but since we're talking about phones and stuff like that, I have to admit I miss the old day, and this is just me, you know, social media and all that stuff. It's great, okay, but I really think that we've lost that human touch as a culture, you know, because now let me put it this way, okay. Before, if you were in a waiting room and there was somebody else with you, you didn't talk to them. You felt awkward. Okay, but then you struck up a conversation, and if you didn't have anything in common, you know, that was it. Then you felt like an idiot, which has happened to me many, many times, as you know. But if you've struck,
I've made it my life a goal to make you feel like an idiot.
You do, and you do. It's a great goal to have. Let me assure you.
I really enjoy it.
But it takes a phone for people to feel comfortable in a room with 1,000 people. Yeah. And I think that's very sad.
Well, I think there is, to a certain degree, we have lost the touch to be able to do normal social marketing.
Yeah.
Face to face. While the phones are great, the internet's great, it has also created a society in which we move at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Right.
Which means to go into a room with 1,000 people and do the, hi, my name's Aaron, I'm a broadcast journalist, and I'm looking for a position in which I can do video game tech and nerd culture news, something like IGN or something like that. Do you have any ideas of where I could look or any slots available with your company? That kind of stuff we just don't do anymore.
No,
well, no, we don't. But what I'm getting at though is like that kind of marketing. We don't even know how to do that. It's go online,
fill it out,
and you know, most times a lot of these companies will even put in there, do not call us.
Yeah. Many have said that.
They do not want you to call them. Which I'm about to call all of them because I applied for like 8 jobs and haven't heard back. So,
but I'm not even talking like occupational. I'm talking.
We're talking personal networking as well. And no, I agree. We live too much on this, and we reside too much in doing too much at once.
Right.
So it's the fact that, like, as I'm saying, that I actually have a conversation going on with a second person.
Yeah, you've been staring down the whole time.
It's our director, TD. I'm waiting for her to give me answers.
And I know this is probably the wrong kind of show to bring up that topic on because it is a nerd culture show and a nerd culture thing, but I think it's important that people, you know, turn off the phone or get offline.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
You don't think that's important? To have that face-to-face human interaction.
See, I agree with face-to-face.
He's a hologram right now himself, actually. So.
It'd be great if I was. Okay, but I agree. We need that face-to-face. You know, I actually do regularly unplug. You know, I go missing sometimes, just from everyone that I know because I need that privacy.
That's the thing, though. It's
But the thing is, we need or off the grid. But the thing is, we need to make sure we have connections somehow. You know, back in the day, it was only 2-3 mile radius of information.
Okay.
Now, it is worldwide.
Sure.
Or it is as long of a distance as Chicago, or as long as Aurora.
Well, I'm going to say this. I think it's great that we can communicate worldwide.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we're creating a YouTube series hoping it takes off.
Yes.
Which we need the internet. We need
Right.
That stuff is a necessity for it. I do agree though. I think it's important. Let's say you have kids. I think it's important to turn off your phone and pay attention to your family.
Yes.
Give them an hour. Give them 2 hours.
Right.
It's not that. It's not that
and
rough.
Not a week, like a day. Like turn off to like.
Well, if you're on vacation. Again, we being 3 of journalists here, we rely on
our
to know what's going on. But my point is you could turn it off for a little bit.
Right.
And if you go out with friends to dinner for drinks, put the phone away.
Right.
Yeah.
Dad.
I mean, I turned on my flashlight. I get that if
it's not bright enough in here for you.
Okay.
I get that. Like, hang on, I'm gonna monologue for a second here. I get that.
There's soapbox in the back, by the way.
Okay.
I get that. Like, if you're like waiting for someone to come in. You know, you might be texting to find out where they're at, but put it away. Spend time with your friends, your family.
Yes.
I think that's super important.
Okay.
That being said,
yes.
Social media is really important. So make sure you subscribe to the social media below. Keep up to date with RAMtv.
Right.
Make sure you subscribe, share, comment on our YouTube page, and make sure you tune in next week to join us for another episode of Ram Talk.
Do you Ram?
I do.